have her. So we're going to come over here to our panel. Wow. Hi, Tim. Emily Sweeney, Luge extraordinaire. I could go on all about, yes, geez. I could go on about her history in Luge and all the accomplishments, but you just need to know she's incredible. And we knew if you were racing, you would most likely be grabbing some hardware. But I'm going to let you guys talk about that. I'm going to stand next to you. What do you guys think about this women's competition today?
I think you shouldn't have mentioned bratwurst because it's been a long day and I'm getting pretty hungry. But I'm hungry for some good action, Kate. 51st World Championships. Our next race will be women's singles. Let's get rid of the bad news right away. Emily Sweeney, Team USA, World Championship medalist, but not racing today.
Right.
Sorry to hear that. Tell everyone what happened.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, my neck will always be something to manage while I'm continuing to slide after I broke it in 2018. So unfortunately, I had just a normal training run. Nothing went wrong in it, but it's a really high pressure curve here in Kreisel, and it just irritated the back of my neck. And so unfortunately, I'm unable to slide yet, but I'm hoping to be back next week. We're working on it. I just am out for World Championships.
And it might be a silly question, but you have been faced with this several times in the last few years. How tough is that decision for you, or is it easy? Do you just defer to what's most important?
It's actually, yeah, my trainer said, how are you doing emotionally? Like, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I've been here before. And she said it doesn't make it easier, but it kind of does for me. I've really learned that I need to respect my body. I think we take our bodies for granted so often, and I know I'm so sure that I would be putting myself in jeopardy if I were to slide. So it was a clear decision. I'm supported by my coaches, which is really great. I'm lucky that they trust and understand me, and it's unfortunate timing, but I have to respect my body.
And a responsible decision on this NFL playoff weekend. I'm not sure there are a lot of football players that would make that same decision. But we're talking luge, we're talking the women's singles competition. It's coming up in just a few moments. So far, unless you've been sleeping, I can tell you two things. There have been 6 races, all won by Germany. One of those races was the women's singles sprint yesterday. Germany finished 1, 2, 3, 4. So the simple question, can anyone break into that domination?
Yeah, it's going to be tight. I hope we don't see a German sweep. No offense, Germany, we love you, but I always like to see some mixture up there, a mixture of flags. But it's going to be a tough feat for these individuals to break into that dominance that they have here on the track.
Probably safe to say that Madeline, with all of her World Cup victories, would be one of those. Who would be some of the others, the dark horses, your teammates or others?
Dark horses. I'm going to be honest, I've taken a step back a little bit this week, just protecting my mental health in that. But I think Madeline's a top one. And Lisa Schulte has also been picking up speed like no one else. She's quite behind on the start, so if she can put together 2 good starts, she could be in the hunt as well.
Okay, well, Emily and I will head to the booth. We'll warm up, which is a luxury Kate doesn't have, but we've got women's singles coming up in just a moment. Kate, enjoy the rest of the pregame.
Thank you so much for your well wishes. It's really so cold out here. Have fun in your cozy booth, guys. Emily Sweeney, incredible story. Had an insane crash in 2018 in the Korean Olympics. Broke her neck and her back. It was wild. She walked away from it, and then she did a bunch of rehab and came back the next year, and I believe she medaled in her first World Cup back. So really a major comeback story. We're lucky that she's still here and sliding on the circuit. She's truly made of steel. Her body is incredible. So it's interesting. It's also important to highlight the behind the scenes of this. I know we're behind the scenes, FIL Studio, but the behind the scenes of an athlete specifically, because bodies are so important. And I think when we watch sliding over and over and over, you just assume, oh, they're just laying there, or it's really simple, or not that big of a deal. But she's a prime example of the wear and tear that sliding can have on your body. And even for athletes that have left the sport, they are still rehabbing things for themselves. There's concussions, there's broken backs, there's broken bones, so many things. And so the fact that these athletes can show up every day and get on a sled and just bootstrap the thing and just keep going is really just so incredible. So we're excited to have Emily Sweeney in the booth today. She has so much insight and so much to say about these women. She never gets to commentate on the women, so it'll be a cool broadcast when we switch over to the world feed. But really quick, so she talked about Kreisel. That's where things kind of happened in her neck. We have a short little bit on the Kreisel. I want to talk to you about it because it's been a big part of this race. So I don't know if you noticed, Egert Benniken in the first race, their time was competitive, but after Kreisel, they had gained so much time in there. And there's a reason. It's because Kreisel is really complicated. And if you know how to drive it well, you will make up a bunch of time. So here's a little bit on Kreisel, diving into why it's important and why it makes a difference